Hello everyone and welcome back to another video here at the Beardly Live channel. In today's video we will be doing something new called the Beardscore. This is a new series that I will be trying out for new games that I've been finding on Steam and then giving them my review and my best analysis on what I like, things I might have concerns with, and an overall outlook at the potential of what I think that the game could become in the future. If you guys like this video, make sure you support by subscribing and hit that like button below, as it helps me know what you guys want to see more of, and also comment below your thoughts on the game and on the review and other games you guys might want me to review in the future. That being said, let's get on to the review. The game that I'll be covering in this video is none other than Badlands. This is a newer free-to-play game that was released in March this year on Steam and was previously released on mobile back in January of this year, made by developer 101 Studio and NetEase. First impression when playing it, I had a lot of excitement honestly, as it has elements of some other games that I've played in the past and have honestly really enjoyed. And also at the very beginning of it, it does have very thorough walkthroughs that teach you the games in and outs. It walks you through the first game against some bots to kind of get you familiar with the game, of the movements and different things, which I think is actually very well done. As you level up and unlock more of the features, it continues to explain what they are and walks you through how to use them, so I would say that this is actually very well done. Additional to the workshop, shooting range, and the auction house, there are maps to unlock as you level up that offer different types of engagements you may be looking for either solo or team style setups. Having first person and third person options was also a plus, as I personally enjoy my first person view shooter games, but offering a third person view to players that may enjoy that game style more is actually a very good option that I noticed myself that I think is actually really well done as well, and a feature that a lot of games don't have that I think was a plus in this game. Even though I did notice that some of these options are not available in certain maps, which may be frustrating to some players, but I think it's understandable. Now, loading into the game itself. Being able to set up all of your gear and edit a loadout before you enter a game is definitely the best way to start, but I also have found some success with loading in completely empty, just running around acquiring loot on the map, and then getting some engagements and extracting out with that gear and reaping the rewards of what I found in that match. It isn't too expensive to buy a couple items and a gun before you head off into the battlefield. If you're low on funds though, you can still find success in the map by dropping in empty, so I wouldn't stress too much. So far from playing the game now for a couple hours, I actually do really like this game. There are a few things that I personally have found kind of irritating or things that I could complain about. If you agree with these, that's perfectly fine. If you don't agree with these complaints, I completely understand. These are just some things that I've noticed about the game myself that I could see as being slightly irritating or something that could potentially be a problem to a lot of players, maybe some few. I'll let you decide. Personally, the sound to me in this game seems terribly unbalanced. The fact that you can lower your own footsteps down to almost non-existent and then boost up your enemy footsteps to where you can hear them coming from what seems like 100 yards away seems a little unbalanced. Even when you or the enemy are crouched, the footsteps are still extremely loud and give away any stealth aspects of this game 100%. The only item that I found that helped negate my own footstep sound was a pair of boots that reduced my own footsteps by 80%, which is kind of crazy honestly. I personally think that they should update the volume related to sounds of footsteps when you're crouched or prone or you're walking and not simply running, since it does seem a little loud and gives away your position a little too easily to the enemy, or gives away your enemy's position too easily to you. From playing other shooter games, I'm glad that there are footsteps, but how loud they are and being able to change the volume to maximize your enemy's footsteps to where you can hear them from such a far distance away to where it's easily to locate and isolate where it's coming from does seem a little broken to me personally. Now on to cheaters. I personally have not ran into any cheaters or issues of that myself from playing for a couple hours. I have about 16 hours combined in the game. But I have been killed in ways that I don't truly understand. I don't know if that has to do with walls being able to be shot through, if it's a ping issue, or what it could be. But a couple encounters I have been in, I've been slightly confused as to how I got eliminated so fast and from where I was shot from. But that's also just a game in development, so no big deal really. But from reading some reviews online, it does seem like there is a community outcry of larger issues of people that are cheating in the game, even though I have not personally experienced it myself. There is a reporting system within the game that if you get killed, you can spectate the player and then report them if you suspect them of cheating, so at least they do have a reporting system. I would say though that if the reporting system does feel ineffective to the community, or the developer isn't working towards a solution to remove these continuous issues, that is usually when the community just kind of gives up and moves on to a different game of similar playstyle or similar type. So to that, we will see if the developers implement some sort of solution that may welcome new players or welcome existing players back to the game, but that's to be seen in the future. Another concern I have for new players coming into the game that might give them a disadvantage in the battlefield is the talent point system. My concern is that players that are a much higher level, of course, than the new players, is having these talent points. The talent points actually seemed like a really cool idea once I unlocked them and realized that there was a reward system for leveling up, which does seem like a good idea. The concern I have is, of course, that the higher levels will have extra percentages built up over time of play that give them a unbalanced advantage over the new players that enter into the maps. I think the workaround for that could be a rank system based off of your character's level, or some sort of way to separate the veteran players from the newer players to kind of balance the playing field, but we will see if stuff like that comes rolling out in the future and what the developers decide to give to the community based off of the feedback that they receive. Overall, I would say that I think this game actually has a lot of potential for a community to grow if the developers continue to listen to their players and make a couple changes or add some updates along the way, but my biggest and last concern for this game is this. Is this game a pay-to-win game? Between the marketplace, combined with being able to go to the auction house and buy all the attachments and gear and weapons and everything else that you could think of to get you an advantage out in the battlefield when you create your loadouts, does kind of make the game slightly feel like it could be or is a pay-to-win system. If I am wrong in thinking this way, then I apologize, but just to me, by looking at it and kind of reviewing this game, it does kind of seem like that potentially could be abused by some individuals, maybe not. We'll just have to see what it looks like in the future. Those really are my only issues or downsides I see with Badlands, as I very easily could see this becoming a popular competitive game that others could play. I've put about 20 hours into it myself, so I'm going to give it the beard score of 7 beards. I really do want to give this a slightly higher score because of the potential of what I think is a really good game, and I could see some very large names out there playing it, streaming it on YouTube, streaming it on Twitch. There's a couple different things that I could see that if they roll out some patches or do some updates, maybe fix a couple community concerns, that I really do think that this could become a very successful game that a lot of people could end up playing. That being said, I am have to go with my gut feeling, and with the things that I have addressed in this video, the things that I've mentioned and I've noticed while my time playing, that is why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10 beards score this time. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure to like it, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let me know what you guys think of these kind of videos and if you want me to continue doing more. And also, if there's another game that you want me to give my review on similar to this, let me know in the comments. I will definitely have to go check it out and make one about it. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I'll see you on the battlefield. Stay awesome. I'll see you next time.